Is there something about females that you wanted to know but could never figure out? Are you struggling with relationships? Do you feel like you're being taken advantage of by the women in your life? Do you want to know how to leverage the playing field to your favor? Well, did you know that the female mind and the female psyche are mysterious and unexplored regions like the dark web of the internet? For this reason, men need a method of decrypting or hacking the manipulative psyche or dark web of the female mind. Once a man has a deep understanding of true female nature, he will then be able to hack her programming.
Access granted.
The purpose of this book is to help grown males evolve into men so that they can treat the women in their lives accordingly.
You win.
I mean, so I have to ask myself, all right, am I more concerned with me going out in the street with, for lack of a better term, some eye candy on my arm, or am I more, or should I be more concerned with the way a chick make me feel? You know what I mean? The way I'm treated. You know what I mean? The way, the respect a chick give me. You know what I mean? And if the latter comes from a 6 or 5, 6 or 7. Shit, at this point, at this age, I'm willing to deal with the 5, 6, and 7, because to me that's more important than having some eye candy in my arm that that she's finer than what she is and is a starfish. You know what I mean? In the bedroom. You know what I mean?
Bro, if any listener think differently, show me differently, bro. And I don't want to see Michelle and Obama. Don't use that as a fucking example, because I know behind closed doors she be doing stupid shit too. You just don't know about it because they have an image to fucking portray. You hear what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Why would they argue over Twitter and shit? He's the fucking president and shit. Of course they're not going to do that shit. But anybody you've seen that's together for a long time has went through amounts of bullshit. But the problem is you are trained to think that's just the way it is. It's not just the way it is. You can deal with whatever the fuck you want. You know, yeah. My grandma and my granddad been together for 50 years. Yeah, you know how much bullshit he done went through in them 50 years. Just because they don't show you, don't mean it ain't happening. You have a real man-to-man conversation with them, and tell you, dude. Like I just chopped it up with my buddy and shit on Instagram. They're perfect match. All this love until I got them on the phone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then I heard a different story than the narrative being painted on online, and that's another thing. You guys be trying to be happy online and shit to save face, because you know shit's fucked up. But since you have the narrative that shit's all cheesy and shit, you want to keep that up.
Hey, what I learned from another thing, of many things I learned from a long-term relationship, is the fact that I realized, whatever I see on the outside when it comes to somebody's relationship, I'm not gonna base or judge their relationship based on that, because I'm like, I'm looking at my own relationship. I'm like, these people thinking that me and Shorty, we good, where I'm like, we on the brink of breakup. You know what I mean? So
there would be no such thing as an RP space if what we said wasn't true, because every single race, every single age. How come we all can connect the dots? How come I'm over here in Oakland and I'm 40 years old and somebody in fucking Australia who's 17-year-old can tell me the same stuff? Hey, I was doing this, and that, and she started acting. How come? Mm-hmm. Because it's fucking psychology. It's fucking human nature.
Yeah. Nature.
You cannot debate human nature. People like what they can't have. People will get bored of you just because you love them and all of that shit, and they love you back. That don't mean that they're gonna get bored of you. It's your job to keep her entertained. Do you want to do that? Maybe you do. If I had a family, I would make these type of sacrifices because I would want to keep my family together. My dad was dead, so I didn't have a choice. Mm-hmm. So I would have a choice to keep my shit together as much as possible. You know, if she karate kick me in the face, obviously I ain't gonna let that slide. But just If you guys aren't got no kids together and shit, and y'all not married, what the fuck are you doing?
Smashing raw. I'm telling you, it comes down to the box. A lot of these dudes are still feeding and still, hooked to the box, man. So they're willing to do whatever they can to keep that box at home because they be trying to own the box, fam. They be thinking like, all right, she living with me, all right, so she ain't going nowhere. All right, she good. Like she ain't gonna deal with nobody. I mean, like I know somebody who got, or the people like, yo, Fee. I work in the hospital. I work in a couple of hospitals. You know what I mean?
You heard it. You heard the shit with Shay Lee? The shit she was saying?
No, I didn't even hear that. I didn't even hear that yet. But I was gonna get into that. Like, I work in the hospital. I know dudes who have wives or wifeys, girlfriends, baby mamas that work in hospitals, and they be thinking like their wifey is just, lack of a better term, faithful. And I'm just like, yo, bro, everybody fucking up in there, man. Like, it's not. And the reason why just for people who don't know, I work in the surgical department. So I say that specifically, and not even just the surgical department specifically, but the reason why I say people in the hospital do what they do, as far as like on some Grey's Anatomy stuff and on them other type shows.
We got the most promiscuous jobs other than like obvious like strippers and bartenders and shit like that. Education.
Yeah. Education and healthcare. Education and health. I worked in education too. I was a teacher before, so I know exactly what you mean, and you're exactly right.
Because that's all you do is watch women and how they act and just stuff, bro. Like, I'm telling you. So I can pick out a teacher, right? So here you RPC. So you met the teacher who I picked out. Oh yeah, I met. So you telling me about her? Oh, I met this teacher. She loved kids. She's so nurturing and she looks attractive and shit like that. But guess what? She worked with me. So when she come home and tell you about her day, it's her perception. Because I see how her day went. The bitch was on her phone half the time. Kids wasn't living listening. But she ain't gonna come home and tell you that.
Nope. Hey yo, the reason why I tell dudes as far as like the healthcare field, why chicks be popping off like that. At least this is my hypothesis. This is my theory. We be experiencing things that people outside of healthcare don't experience. And I'm gonna go back to, like I said, my department specifically. Certain surgeries that you do, or you're saving lives, you have to hop on somebody's chest and pump the person's chest and say, yo, grab that, and move back. And all them chicks that was in the room with you that was doing all that, now y'all had an experience. Like, and then you could recall that, you know what I'm saying? But like, shout out to A Verb. Like, no, what A Verb said was, a chick's response to everything is to open her legs. You know what I mean? If she's sad, she open her legs. She happy, she open her legs. You know what I mean? So if you have an experience, especially an experience that somebody outside of seeing somebody head bashed open, a gut hanging out, you get this, y'all both help to suture that together and put it together. Now when y'all go to the happy hour afterwards and y'all start sipping on some Budweisers, she needs to release that tension. You know what I mean? She wants to, you know what I mean? So that's why when it comes to the healthcare field, you experience a lot of things. These women do a lot of things that dudes outside of their job either don't want to hear or can't even understand what they do. You know what I mean? So
I was talking to MLD. Shout out to him this morning, and then I could bring you in this with him too, because like a lot of coaches and stuff and guys in the sphere, they may be a little early and then they caught on to the sphere or whatever. So it's making them not want to be in relationships, So the thing is, and I was telling him, like, I've been in them to tell you why they're not good. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not one of these guys who I'm just young and I just found out about all this red pill. Oh yeah, it makes sense. Like, no, I've been in the dynamics that I'm referencing. And have I been in relationships and been happy? Of course, at times. Mm-hmm. But why do you want to be in situations that are happy at times? When I'm by myself, I'm happy all the fucking time.
There
And
you
the
go.
times when I'm by myself and I'm not happy, I find ways to do that because I'm in control. That's the
Hey yo,
difference.
hey yo, Fee, another thing with these dudes, a lot of them got like a mommy complex, but they're all looking for a chick to take the place of their mommy. You know what I mean? To emotionally support them. You know what I mean? Like they need a chick they could, pillow talk with, and tell them all how hard life is, and maybe shed a tear once in a while. And it's like, yo, bro, your shorty's not there for that. That's why you need male friends.
I don't like no women telling me what to do, bro. It's just straight up. I don't like no woman telling me what to do, and I don't like her feeling like she's entitled to tell me whether I do or whether I listen to her or not. I don't like the fact that she thinks she can challenge what I say.
Hey, yo, women are ruled by their emotions. How could they even tell you what to do or lead you? I mean, that's why I be telling dudes, but a lot of dudes nowadays, yo, Fee, I my job, man. I went around and I took a little mini poll, asked men and women. I said, who's more emotional, men or women? Yo, these dudes and women have to stop and think. I was like, that's where we at right now. We gotta think who's more emotional, men or women. And the ones who said men were more emotional, I was like, well, how you figure? They give their reasons. And I said, yo, Fee, had to sit back and think like, damn, I see your point. Like, because Fee, nowadays, they have a lot of emotional dudes out here, Fee. Like, they gave me examples of stuff that dudes have done or did. I'm like, fuck, I can't even battle that. Like, you got that. And that dude ain't me. The dudes I run with don't rock like that, but I know dudes like that are out there. And there are more dudes like that out there than dudes in my circle. I mean, so not to say that's not to say I'm not sitting here to say that dudes are more emotional than women. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm saying, Fees, we're at a point now where dudes have to stop and even think about the fucking question when we ask them. That's where we at.
Y'all think y'all know better? Just go ahead and do it then. Go ahead and do it. It's bro. People not watching this shit and booking consultations and shit for no reason. Because they don't understand it, and they wanna understand it in a logical way, and it's not logical at all. It's fucked up, but it's reality. Either you like it, don't like it, or figure out a way to deal with it. But it cannot be ignored. You know, bitches. You can be a 6-figure guy, a high value man, and the bitch will still fuck the mailman. And you wonder why. Well, how could she? Attraction.
Hey yo, Fee. This is my thing now, Fee. This is where I'm at. I'm about to be 40 in 13 days. Shout out to me. This is my last few days in my 30s. Anyway, yo, Fee, this is where I'm at right now. You already know, like, chicks are like an accessory. They're like the appetizer or just an add-on. You know what I'm saying? They're not like the main course to my life, because I'm at a point where I don't want to be. I don't need to be a father. I don't need to be a husband. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, women are like, a bonus to whatever I'm doing. So with that being said, yo, my goal now is just, I want to be the best version of myself. Cause I've already been the select type. Shout out to Ron Royals. I've already been the select type. And now and what I'm about to say is not for women, but where I'm going, I'm gonna put myself to be like the best version of myself. Like I'm about to be the shit. You know what I'm saying? And I already know for you, and as you know, once I get to that point, women come with that territory.
Right.
Is there something about females that you wanted to know but could never figure out? Are you struggling with relationships? Do you feel like you're being taken advantage of by the women in your life? Do you want to know how to leverage the playing field to your favor? Well, did you know that the female mind and the female psyche are mysterious and unexplored regions like the dark web of the internet? For this reason, men need a method of decrypting or hacking the manipulative psyche or dark web of the female mind. Once a man has a deep understanding of true female nature, he will then be able to hack her programming.
Access granted.
The purpose of this book is to help grown males evolve into men so that they can treat the women in their lives accordingly.
You win.